Hello everybody, and welcome to my guide to how the guild I'm in defeats High Priestess Hydriss in the Drowned Halls. This is the fourth and final boss of the instance. She has several different phases, but each one is not too difficult, and once people see them and get used to them, she is pretty straightforward. We use one tank with a dedicated healer along with 2 or 3 raid healers. The rest of the raid should be a mixture of ranged and melee DPS. When you enter her area, there will be several groups of minions around the base of the steps. These are part of the boss fight and will respawn if you wipe while fighting this boss. Once you engage one of these groups, the boss will begin to walk down the stairs. If she reaches the bottom while there are still some of the minions alive, they will get buffed and transform. They will then hit much harder than they did before. We simply round up most of these minions and AoE them down quickly. Once the minions are dead, we have our tank pick up the boss and move her over to between the tree stump and the ruin near where you entered the area. She does a cleave that has quite a large area of spread round her, so we have everyone bunch up directly behind her. She will randomly turn people into crabs. This will cause them to walk around randomly for about 4 seconds. This is cleansable, so healers should try to remove this when it is cast. Her first major ability she will use is she will summon a small dragon. We have the tank pick this up as well and DPS switch to killing the dragon. The dragon has an aura around it that lowers healing and damage done, so this should be killed as fast as possible. The tank will take a lot of damage here, as he will have both the boss and the dragon attacking him, while healers will be healing for less. Cooldowns, such as Healer's Covenant, should be saved for here if needed. When the dragon dies, he will put a dot on everyone. This should be healed through or cleansed if necessary. Group cleanses are particularly useful for removing this. She will then soon enter her first air phase. She will float up into the air and 2 large hives will spawn. One near the stairs she enters from and the other near the steps at the other end of the area. These will continuously spawn several deep ones around them. The deep ones have very little health and do very low damage, so we just have the tank grab them all, while everyone DPSs down one of the hives and then the other. DPS should then help kill off any remaining deep ones. After a set amount of time, the boss will land again, so the hives need to be killed before this. People need to watch out for white circles on the floor during this phase, as these will cause damage to people and knock them back. Once the boss lands, the tank should pick her up and she will return to using her earlier abilities. After a time she will summon another dragon, and then shortly after that will go into her next air phase. This phase begins when she starts casting Hydrostatic Shock, a long-channeled ability. A large bubble will spawn in the area along with 3 water elementals, which will start heading towards the bubble. When the boss finishes her cast, anything outside the bubble will be killed. The water elementals need to be slowed, knocked back or killed to prevent them from reaching the bubble, as if they do they will destroy it. This will remove the only safe area from the hydrostatic shock and will result in a wipe. This obviously should be avoided. Once the boss's cast goes off, the elementals will be killed by it. The tank should pick up the boss again, and the boss will go back to using her original abilities. Any further air phases will be repeats of the 2 before and should be handled in the same way. As long as people know what to do during the various phases, this fight is not too tricky and this boss should fall. Thank you for watching. I've been Zero Override and I wish you luck with this boss.